question. And this is a yes or no answer. It'll have a follow-up question to it. Do you believe a common culture, one in which its members value the ideals espoused by our founders and our Constitution, is imperative to the success of our nation? Mike, yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Todd?
Yes.
Mike, would you elaborate, please? You have 2 minutes. And on this question, how have recent governmental policies, either passed or proposed, on illegal immigration compromised our common culture? And as our congressman, what solutions can you offer to secure our culture?
Let's start with this. I get so angry when I go into a Lowe's and I'm looking to check out. And the first question I have to answer is whether I want to speak in English or in Spanish. This country was built around the values of America. In America, our language is English. And I would fight to support that activity. The federal government intrusion into our lives every day continues to make it so difficult for us in the private sector. And I believe most of us in the audience would say we're in the private sector. We're here to earn a living, to support our families. We need to continue to have that freedom to support our families. We need to stop this ridiculous spending that is going on in Washington, D.C. This year, the federal debt looks like it's going to be about $1.4, $1.5 trillion. Todd probably would know that answer better than I. I don't have all the facts. But I do know that the country is bankrupt. That I do know. When you have a federal deficit of right now approaching $13 trillion, that means every one of you in this audience, you owe someone approximately $41,000 that you know of. What they don't talk about are the unfunded liabilities, which is another approximately up to $200,000 that each and every one of you owe, about a $60 trillion issue. If we don't have a strong economy in this country, quite frankly, not much else matters. If we can't support our families and earn a fair living, not much else matters. So we need to take on this government and take this country back for what is right for future generations. Thank you.
Todd,
Thank you.
how have recent government policies, either passed or proposed, on illegal immigration compromised our common culture? And as our congressman, what solutions can you offer to secure our culture?
We truly are the beacon of hope for the rest of the world. And we want to remain a nation that welcomes people from all over the world who want to come here and become American citizens and learn the English language and integrate into this great society we call America. But we need to do it in a way that respects our laws, that improves that cultural identity while respecting diversity. We have freedom of religion, but we don't mean we have one religion. We respect all religions. We have freedom of speech. Doesn't mean we always agree, but we respect the opinion of others. But we need a common bond, and the English language, I believe, is that bond. And I'm a supporter of English as the official language. To say to those who come here, we're going to respect your native language. We want you to maintain it, pass it on through your generations of your family. But embrace and learn English. Become one of us fellow Americans. You know, I've taken a pretty adamant position of opposition to illegal immigration. We work with many individuals who want to come here legally. We cannot reward illegal conduct. We need to secure the border. We need to put in place an employee verification system. And we need to have a market-based temporary worker program for those industries like my fruit growers in my district who can't find adequate work. But we need to do it legally, not reward illegal conduct. You know, when they were proposing the bill in the Senate last session, the longer you were here illegally, the better you got treated. I guarantee you at home, when my boys, TJ and Tom, misbehave, the longer they misbehave, the better they get treated, I think not. They know that the longer you do something wrong, the stiffer the penalty. So we need to be a nation of one language while respecting diversity.
1 minute rebuttal, Mike.
Thank you. Illegal means illegal. I think if you look in the dictionary, I think we know what that means. That means they don't belong here. So I think in protecting our culture, back to the question here, I think we have to first address the problem. The problem is there are some number of millions, nobody knows. Some argue it's 10 million, some 15 million, some 20 million. What the number is, nobody knows, of illegal people in this country. You start by cleansing the prisons. In our prisons today, across the country, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of illegals who we are paying for every day to provide housing, to provide food, to provide opportunities to go to the library, to live a very good life. You start by removing them from the prisons and send them home. That's where you start. You then begin to put pressure on the employers. If you remove that economic opportunity for the illegals to earn a living, you will then cleanse this country of the illegal immigrants. It's that simple.
Todd, 1 minute.
I mentioned the employee verification system. Today, when an employer hires somebody, they look at the paperwork and they make this decision whether somebody is legally entitled to work or not. There's rampant forgeries in this industry of papers for individuals to bring to their employer. The analogy would be if you purchase a gun, you go through a background check. The dealer selling you the gun doesn't do the background check. We do. The federal government does. If that dealer is told, no, you cannot sell that gun because they're illegal, it's illegal for them to purchase it, we can throw the book at that gun dealer. You need to put in place a similar process for employment so that when the government does the background check, if the individual is not legally here and entitled to work here, the employer is notified, and then if they still hire that illegal individual, you can throw the book at the employer. It needs to be a comprehensive approach, border security, employee verification, and a legal temporary worker program based on the needs of our market, such as fruit growers here in my district.